Hi, welcome back to Guide to SolidWorks. I've recently been asked by a viewer actually to have a go at going through a model that they've been struggling with a little bit. So for the viewer that put this on, this is for you. Like I said, if anybody does have any any models that they are struggling with and want some support with, please get in touch, send them through, and I'll put some tutorials on to help you out. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through how we make this component, this product, using the Revolve tool and the shell tool, and I'll also be adding in the a delete faces tool, which you might not have seen before. So for those of you who haven't seen that before, it's a good little tool to use to be able to help you model. Right, so let's dive into this. Okay, so the way I'd start this, I'm going to go onto the right plane and I am going to sketch on that right plane. Now I'm going to put a center line straight down from my origin across my page. I'm going to set that at a distance of 97, which is the length of the component. So that gives me that length across. Now, once I've done that, I am going to create the outline to half of this shape. So I'm going to go across, up, across, up again, across again, up again, and across to the end. Okay, now on the component there's a radius in here. I'm only going to worry about that later. For right now, I'm not too worried about that. We'll have a look at that later. Let's get some sizes to this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this endpoint to this one, make them vertically related, and the same on the other end. Make them vertically related as well. Okay, so that sets my outer limits for the length of the component. Now what I want is the distance of this bottom line away from the center, and the diameter of that is 54. So I want that distance. If I stay to inside one half of that, so within the gap between the two lines there, it will give me that half distance. But if I bring my mouse across the center line, after I've clicked on both of them lines, it can give me the full distance. So I'm either going to type in 27 for the half, or I can write in there 54. It works off the fact that it imagines there's going to be a mirrored image across the center line. And then I can do the same for the outer here, and I want that to be 73. Okay, so what I'm knowing now then is that from this outer edge here to this inner line here, I've got 66. And the distance from there to there has to be 6 because it's a radius of 6. So I'm going to change that to 6. Okay, give me that there. I also know the height of that up to the bottom of here to here. That's going to be 102. So I've got that distance out. Now the only bit that I've not put on here yet is the distance out to this top edge, and the diameter of that is 146. So again, clicking on there to there, I type in 146 and enter that, and that gives me my profile. Now that's the profile that I'm going to revolve around. So if I go to features and I go to revolve, I'm going to revolve it around that center line. Now it's automatically identified it. If it doesn't pick that center line up, like so. Sometimes it doesn't pick it up. If I just click the center line in there, and it will revolve it around that center line and tick there. Okay. So once I've got that revolve, I've got this shape. Now what I want to do is I want to add in the cut down the center. Okay. So I'm going to come onto this front face, and I'm going to sketch on that front face there. I'm going to turn to the profile straight on, and I want this outer edge here, and I'm going to convert that edge into a line. So I've got Convert Entities tool here, so it'll pick up that outer edge. If I click Convert Entities, and it'll put a circular line on the outside. Just means I don't have to draw another line then. From there, I'm going to draw a center line from the top of that down to the bottom there. Okay. And I'm going to offset that center line. So click the center line and go to the Offset tool here. And I'm going to offset that 12.5 each way. I want it bi-directional, which means I'm going to get a 25mm gap across the center there. So if I tick that, and that'll put them two lines in. So if I trim the bits away that I don't want, in fact, I shouldn't even need to trim. I can just cut that away the way it is. So if I go to Features and Cut, I'm able to highlight the bits that I want to remove, which is all these here. Okay, so it's allowed me to remove them regions. I want to go back 21mm. So if I go back 21mm, like so, and that's going to cut away the bits that I don't want from that front face. So cut them that slot into the front face, like so. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin around, look at the back here, and we said before that there was a fillet here, but I didn't put it on. So let's put that on now. So if I go to the fillet tool here, now I know that's 6, so I'm going to set my fillet radius here to 6, and I'm going to hit that inside edge there. And you'll see now how it's put the fillet on there of 6. Tick. And I've now got that fillet on the bottom side that I was after earlier. So once I've got to there, all I'm left with is these shells and these inner bits here, which we can sort out nice and easily. And I am also left with putting my holes through into here. Okay, so we'll have a look at them in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to start off with that shell feature first. So I'm going to go to Shell, and the shell needs to be made with a 9mm wall. So I'm going to turn that to 9, and I'm going to click on this front face here, and click on this face here. Okay. Show preview. Going to show as a preview. It's not going to show as a preview. Tick there. Anyway, didn't show as a preview, but we've got a shell there anyway now. Okay, so I've got my shell pattern here. Now this isn't flat on the bottom, and we want this to be flat on the bottom. So there is a way we can flatten this out. Now, if I come up to my commands at the top here, if you drop down, make sure you're on the command tool of not SolidWorks help or files. So if you drop this down and go to commands, I go to delete, and after delete face, so I click delete face. Okay, now this here will allow me to get rid of faces and patch them to where I want them to go up to. So I'm going to get rid of that and get rid of that and get rid of that and get rid of that. And what that will do is delete them and patch them to level with the first face they come up to. So if I click there, we'll now get them deleted and level with the bottom, or with that first face we've got in there, like so. Okay, so that gives us that. We now just need to add some radiuses in the corners. We've got 6 milli radiuses on all 8 of these edges, so let's get them sorted. So I'm going to fillet. And it's still set at 6 here, so we're happy with that. And I'm going to click that inside edge, that one, that one, that is, not liking that. We'll come back to them. Edge 4, not playing today. Let's see what it'll do if I come over this side. 6 milli, full preview. I want it on all of these edges. There we go. Sorry, I was just on partial preview and not full preview. That's my own fault. So this gives us all of the edges at 6 milli radius around that inside edge. Like so. Once I've got them in, just tick, and that will round off these corners for us. We're then just after putting in a simple 3 milli fillet around the base. So fillet again. I'm going to turn this from 6 to 3 milli, and this time I'm going to select the bottom face there and the bottom face there, and that will do all the way around the inside of that. And take care. Okay, so now we've got that profile. All I'm now after is to do the 2 holes. So I'm going to need Hole Wizard for this. So I'm just going to go straight on. I'm going to come up to the Hole Wizard, and so the Hole Wizard tool. Click that, and I want these 2 holes in place. Right, okay, so what I'm after then is I'm after my straight tap from the look of the image. So I've got 2 different types of holes. I've got a plain hole with the, we've got a plain hole here just with the triangular base. I think that's the one we're looking at. That is the one we're looking at. So we're going to use the straight hole through. And we are going to go down to a depth of 9 mil, and it's going to be a 9 diameter hole. So drill size, I want it in metric, so I want that to be 9. Right, so we've not got drill size. And we want a 9. There we go. So we've got the 9 hole, we've got our drill size in, we've got our angle, and we want our depth to be 9. So we're just going down through that information, setting our sizes. So let's run through that again. We've selected our hole. We've selected to make sure that we're working in the metric standard. We've clicked the type as a drill size. The size that we need is 9 diameter. Our angle doesn't change, so we're just going to stay at 118 degrees, standard for a drill bit. And then we are going to go at depth of 9 milli. Now to position them, I'm going to tick here on position, and I'm going to come into here and click where I want to put my holes. Now I want 2 of these, one there and one there. So I've positioned them there. Now they aren't exactly where I want them yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a circle from there out. Okay. I'm going to connect these centers to that circle. And I'm going to turn that circle as a construction circle so that it won't interfere with the drawing. Now I'm going to set a size to that, and the size to that is going to be 86. And that will just position them 2 drilled holes perfectly for me, as long as you've connected them to the top and the bottom of that circle. they'll be in exactly the right place vertically. Now we're just going to check that they're in line, so I'm just going to hit both that centers the circles and the origin. Holding control, click all three, and I'm just going to click vertical so I make sure that they are all perfectly in line as well as the right distance out. Once I'm happy with that, tick, and then we'll get the holes in there with the drill bit angle in the bottom, like so. Okay, and if you just want me to check that, we can change that from there to a wire view drawing, and you can see the outcome that we get. Just checking through there for the shape. And that's that component made. So for the viewer that asked me to do this and create this drawing for them, it was a nice little challenge, nice little activity to have a go at. Hopefully this has helped you out, and hopefully this has helped anybody else out that's had a watch through and had a run through of it. Have a go, see how you get on, and we'll see you again next time. If you like the content, please subscribe, please give us a big thumbs up and a like, and it's been nice supporting you. See you next time. Bye for now.